We have got stories on J.J. McCarthy, name, image, and likeness, little Charles Woodson, and one publication thinks Jim Harbaugh is still one of the top coaches in college football. Before I dive into those, I'm going to keep pounding this message until you guys just comply and do it. 13,666 subscribers. We're still like 400 behind Michigan Podcast, so hit subscribe. We got news. We got rumors. And if you watch our stuff on recruiting, we've just been nailed every single recruit over the past 2 months. So if you want the inside scoop on all that, and no sugarcoating, I'm not out there saying Michigan's going to a 10-2 season by any means. Link is below. Button is below the video. Hit that subscribe button. Let's catch Michigan Podcast. And I've always said this, more Americans get their Michigan football news from the Michigan Football Report than any other nationality. So let's make sure we're also repping out with the most subscribers, youtube.com/Michigan TV. Today's show is presented by Manscaped. I'm rocking my Manscaped shirt today. I'll show you the back in a few moments. It's pretty funny. Go and get started. It is manscaped.com. Use promo code GOBLUE. You get free shipping. Get 20% off. Let's get into the Michigan football news and rumors of the day here on the 20th of July. Folks, we are about 6 weeks or so until the Michigan football season. And my top story of today is J.J. McCarthy, Michigan's five-star recruit, 2021 freshman quarterback, put out a post on Instagram yesterday, basically sharing the wealth, sharing the love, and dedicating some of his potential earnings as a student athlete at Michigan under the name, image, and likeness, opportunities he'll have in front of him, to the kids, okay? He basically said, it's small font. This is from J.J. McCarthy's Instagram, so if you don't follow him, you can go ahead. It's at J.J. McCarthy on IG. And basically he says, he's coming to Michigan to win a Big Ten championship, national championship, all those things you hope a recruit says and hopefully does. But maybe more importantly, the message he wants to deliver here is that he won't let name, image, or likeness opportunities take away from his player in the field. And if he is blessed enough to have the opportunity to make some money as Michigan's quarterback, whether starting or backup, he is going to donate a percentage. Now, he didn't say what percentage. Hope it's higher than 1 or 2 to underprivileged kids in Detroit, Ann Arbor, and his hometown city of Chicago. So we're going to talk more name, image, and likeness, and frankly, a bonkers revelation here today on a Tuesday. But if you like this gesture, we're going to show JJ some love. There's a lot of people, a lot of haters out there on the internet streets saying, oh, hey, Michigan is behind the times, or why haven't any rich Michigan alumni manned up and just started paying these players money? So let's make sure JJ feels the love for him, dedicating some of the money that he's going to earn back to the kids. Let's get him 300 likes, all right? I promise old man Jim McCarthy, not really, but we'll just claim it, that we'll get 300 likes for his boy. It's like Babe Ruth hitting 2 home runs for that kid. We're going to get 300 likes for JJ. Show him the love. So hit the like button on this video. Now, J.J. McCarthy is not the biggest news over the last day or so when it comes to major college football quarterbacks in name, image, and likeness. Take a look at this tweet on screen right now. Bryce Young, redshirt freshman, maybe they call him a sophomore. He's freshman eligibility because the last year didn't count. I don't even think he played enough to not redshirt. But Bryce Young, one of the best 1 or 2 quarterbacks in the 2020 class, starter for Alabama this upcoming season. They're claiming that he has name, image, likeness deals of up to $1 million right now. That is frankly insane because I don't think anyone even knows what he looks like, let alone has ever heard him speak outside of Alabama fans, nor do I think he has the marketability yet. It's not like Quinn Ewers at Ohio State who's got a crazy mullet and throwing sidearm passes that he comes in with name recognition. I don't think Bryce Young has name recognition at all. So if this is a legitimate deal from some company, whether it's someone local in Alabama, a national brand that wants to work with him, I think their marketing department needs a little bit of business 101 on return and on marketing spend and what you get back for that. But if it's just Alabama boosters funneling money to the star quarterback, more power to them. And I will say this, Michigan has clearly fallen behind the wayside when it comes to the powers that be in college football, and name, image, and likeness can be something that gets them back to competing for titles, whether it's Big Ten titles, which they've done several times under Jim Harbaugh, just couldn't get it done. National titles, I think you could say they've had 2 years, 16 and 18. You beat Ohio State, you're in the playoff. But consistent national championship or consistent top of the Big Ten for every year has been missing over the last 15 years. You got to go back to 2007 and prior. It was fairly consistent. Name, image, and likeness is where Michigan can get back in the ball game, being ahead of deals, making sure that every player has a little bit of cash or understands when they get on campus they're going to get taken care of. And they've actually done a pretty good job recently. Take a look at this tweet from Darren Rovell. I'd avoid him on Twitter at all costs if I were you. I think he's a complete schmuck, but he did have some interesting information that Michigan's deal with Emden, which you may have saw over the weekend, was kind of underreported end of last week, but really blew up into a national story, that the Emden, if you're familiar with Ann Arbor, there are 5, 6, 7 locations, including at the stadium, all over Ann Arbor. They will now sell player jerseys with the player's name and number. And then Rovell came back with that top tweet, quote tweeted himself and said the Michigan deal will pay the players $10 per jersey, which is actually twice what the NFL deal. Apparently, NFL players only make $5 per jersey. That seems a little low, but the price isn't that cheap, right? Michigan jerseys you typically get on sale for could typically buy the last few years for $80 to $100. These ones are $120, so it's at least $20 higher. The players are only taking half of that $20 higher. I don't know. I think they should have found a way to give them $20 or $25. But with that being said, we're going to continue to talk about name, image, and likeness all throughout this offseason. But the question for you guys that I want to know is, are you more likely to support sponsors of this show? Okay, so Manscaped's a sponsor of today's show. You've heard us talk about Magic Spoon, Newsbreak, and some others. We've got a couple sponsorship deals coming for this season, and I thought to myself, wow, I'd like to make sure Michigan is taking care of their players. Hey, JJ McCarthy, you want to come to the Michigan Football Report? $2,000 cash, straight cash, homie? Well, I might be rolling the dough, but I'm not that rich. So I thought to myself, well, maybe the people of this show support our sponsors more if some of the money went to JJ McCarthy's putting a percentage towards the kids. I'll put a percentage of the revenue of the show towards name, image, and likeness. So we can only do that if we get more sponsor support. You guys go buy some Manscaped, some other sponsors we have. So type below in the comments Y or N. If you would support our sponsors more, type Y if we're going to guarantee and dedicate a percentage to the Michigan players, or N if it is no, Yoder, I'm not buying any of the products that you're peddling. Let me know below in the comments. We have more Michigan football news and rumors coming up here on today's show. It's an interesting time of year. Big Ten media days starting up here in a couple days. Michigan is starting up fall camp, and I think 2 weeks from today, actually. But coming up here in a second, we've got big news on a Michigan legend, and frankly, some might call him a member of the Yoder family, one of my best friends. Before we do that, I did want to make sure I showed you our deal with Manscaped, 20% off with Manscaped. If you use promo code GOBLUE, go to manscaped.com, you get 20% off. One of their awesome products, like the Weed Whacker, we're showing you here on screen, normally $71.99 or $89.99. You get it for $71.99 with the promo code GOBLUE, and you get free shipping. So go to manscaped.com, promo code GOBLUE. Listen, the Lawnmower 4.0, it takes care of you off the field if you get my drift, all right? You don't want to be in a romantic situation with the lady or guy of your life, and all of a sudden they go down for a little trip to Pleasure Town, and they are just down there in the jungle, if you know what I'm saying. So Manscaped, stay trimmed up down there. Take a look at this. Your balls will thank you. The partner or partners that you've got going on in your personal life, they will thank you as well. Believe me, nobody wants any Devin Bush below the waist. It's manscaped.com, promo code GOBLUE. So Charles Woodson is the headliner, is the final speech of the night at next month's Pro Football Hall of Fame induction ceremony. The 2021 class will be inducted coming up, and that's pretty exciting because it's not every day that the University of Michigan football program puts a player into the Hall of Fame. So Chris Burke put out this tweet at Chris Burke NFL. Hey, if you put NFL in your Twitter handle, you automatically can get verified. That's the rules. You see the tweet right there, and he says the order for class of 2021 Hall of Fame enshrinement speeches on August 8th. With the ceremony start at 7 p.m. Eastern. All these guys will give a speech. Drew Pearson, Tom Flores, Peyton Manning arguably should be the headliner, but maybe they're trying to spread out the good guys in there. John Lynch, Calvin Johnson, pretty big class. Alvin Faneka, am I pronouncing that correct? I don't even know who that is personally. And then Charles Woodson will give the final speech of the night. I hope he takes a shot or two at Ohio State. He went 3-0. at Michigan against the Buckeyes in 1995, 1996, and of course 1997. So with Woodson giving the final speech in 2 weeks from now, Sunday, August 8th at the Pro Football Hall of Fame, that's exciting for me. Why exciting for me is like, well, I don't know if you guys know about this, but I don't know if Charles feels the same way. I'm sure he does, but I think he's not just a player to me. I'm not just a fan. He's more like family. Now, I think he should go into coaching, right? I'll tell you why I think he's more than just an athlete to me in a second. But I think he should go into coaching next. So what I'm hoping from Charles Woodson is that he gives up his aspirations in the media and he signs on to be Michigan's defensive backs coach or defensive coordinator in the coming years. One, I think players, even high school players, still know who he is, the only primarily defensive player ever to win the Heisman Trophy. And he still had, name recognition with recruits, name recognition all across college football, would certainly be just as big of a name coming in as Jim Harbaugh was in 2015. So I'll say this, congrats to my best friend, Charles Woodson. He might not feel the same way about me, but he is my best friend and my hero, my boyhood idol. And you see there, we have spent many nights chopping it up together. Hall of Fame Michigan buddies, you're going to see on this next photo. Came out and did a Super Bowl party with us here at Chat Sports a few years back. And he's not just Hall of Fame Michigan buddies. Make sure we get that lower third on there. Producer Marshall, make sure we get the right one when we got there. He's family, right, Marshall? He's family. Get that one. There we go. Producer Marshall having a tough time. He may be struggling. I don't got friends. I got family. You got Ashley Yoder there, the lovely missus. You got Tom Yoder, and I guess the second Yoder son. It's Charles Woodson right there in the middle. I don't have friends like they say in Fast and the Furious. I've got family. Now, Marshall, there you go. Caption this photo. Woodson, Yoder, Jed York, the guy who fired Jim Harbaugh, had him ended up at the University of Michigan as their head coach after the 2014 season. Charles Woodson, Michigan legend, Heisman Trophy winner, and James Yoder, the only man alive that could bring the two of them together in March of 2015 before Jim Harbaugh ever coached a game for the University of Michigan football team. Now, if you want to follow a Michigan legend, you can do so on Twitter right now. He's only 14 followers away from 7,000. That's at James Yoder. You thought I was talking about Woodson. No, talking about Yoder, at James Yoder. Give me a follow on Twitter. Now, another Michigan playing legend is in the news for, I think, curious reasons, and that is Jim Harbaugh. Sporting News yesterday named him the number 15 coach in college football heading into the 2021 season. And look, I don't know. I think that's a little bit overzealous and maybe overranked from what we've seen out of Harbaugh. First 3 or 4 years, absolutely. You could have said if there was a while there, 2015, 16, maybe 18, most people would have considered it a top 5 coach. But after losing 4 games in 2019 with Shea Patterson and a loaded offense, and then just absolutely mailing it in year 6 last year, I don't personally think he is a top 15 coach because I don't think there's 15 programs right now that would hire Jim Harbaugh if they had other options of who to go after. So I'll ask you guys this question. Be honest. Don't be a homer. If you're an Ohio State fan, if you're a fan of another program, I'm sure you're going to say no. But just comment below, yes or no, is Jim Harbaugh a top 15 coach in college football right now as we stand? I don't think it's even close. I would say he's borderline top 25. You go 2-4, there's no way. 8 losses in your last, what was it, 12, 13, you're 8 and 11 and 8 in your last 2 seasons, right? That's just not cutting it for me. So type below, yes or no, is Jim Harbaugh a top 15 coach? And I'll leave you guys with this thought. If Jim Harbaugh is a top 15 coach, I'm going to say top 15, oh yeah? Really? You're top 15, Jim Harbaugh? You better prove it. Prove it's not 7-5, 6-6, probably not even 8-4. Top 15 coaches are going 3 losses maximum in the regular season, which frankly is not acceptable at Michigan most years, but it is what it is. And you don't lose to Ohio State by 40 points. I'm going to accept a loss to Ohio State at this point, whatever, but it can't be 56-21 or 62-39. It better be something like 31-24, 31-21. Don't make it a laughable outcome in the second half of this game. So if you're there, top 15 coach Jim Harbaugh, look, the entire world thinks you should have been fired last year. You're the one who said, I'm going to take half the salary. I'm going to revamp my entire coaching staff, 6 new coaches, an entirely new recruiting staff. If you're top 15, now is your time to prove it.